Greetings and peace. I hope you and yours are doing well today, wherever you might be watching this from. The title of today's video is that humanity will continue to suffer unless we surrender to the divine. And what I mean by that is that there's so much suffering happening in this world in lifetime with humanity, with the systems, and all the aspects of control in society, which are on its last legs right now, from now until 2028-29, as the final 8-year cycle completes of the changes that are taking place. And I see a lot of turmoil in all countries and organizations across the world. Why? Because humanity's still in a fallen state. We're still letting our ego and pride and all those things get the best of us. I relate to the story of the Buddha, who was a rich prince. He had a castle, he had a wife, he had a kid, he had everything that a man can hope for. But when he looked outside, he saw an old man that was suffering and nearing death. And he realized this is what awaits all of us in the end, and this life is suffering. This is a spiritual school that we came here to learn and help one another, and we're basically walking each other back home. But in order to be able to make it back home, we must be able to surrender and not let the walls of resistance come up, which will ultimately hinder us in the long run. And that's what I see with all of the human suffering that's taking place, with the greed, control, people wanting to outdo one another, scheme against one another, throw under the bus, and all of the stuff that happens, wars, destruction, corporations. What awaits them in the end? Death. Just like how rich person, poor person, average person, we all have the same fate that awaits us. But what will help us move to the higher realms is what good did you do for yourself and others with the short time that you were given here. And in order to do that, you must be willing to surrender to the divine. And I know in my life, as soon as I was in a state where I required nothing, I needed nothing, I expected nothing, that's when all of the doors opened up for me. Because that's when the favor of the divine increases upon you, is when you give up everything that this world has to offer in terms of desire, satisfaction, gratification, expectations, and that's when everything will come to you. That's when your suffering will be at ease, knowing that we're in this dream-like realm. My day can come at any time, and I know if this is the last message that I made, it would be to aid humanity, to let them know that you have to love one another, respect one another with the short time that we've been given. All these people at the top that are dividing you through country, race, religion, affiliation, they might be friends behind the scenes. Maybe you're all being played. They want you to stay distracted and divided so you don't come together, because that's when you all come together, that's when you'll realize your true power and stop feeding into these distractions. You must come together and become powerful and surrender your will to the divine, and let the divine guide your heart, actions, thoughts, speech, and let everything fall in place accordingly. Having that faith put in there, it will help you to achieve what you're wanting to achieve. When you're in a state of requiring nothing, that's when the blessings and the favor increase upon you, such as a good family, a peaceful life, having those that love you and care about you, that watch over you, and whatever goodness that this world has to offer. And the peace of mind and positivity and conviction when you do go through times of challenges and turmoil, knowing that each moment is shaping you up to who you're meant to be. And if it was always a good time all the time, then I wouldn't be who I am today. I needed those lessons, those heartbreaks, those trials and tribulations, so I can become who I'm meant to become, and it will activate a certain path for me. So same with everyone else. Right now there might be turmoil or challenges that humanity's going through, but I assure you, order out of chaos is necessary, and sometimes a foundation has to be destroyed in order for something better to be built upon it. And we must continue with that faith and conviction for each other, and give your hearts to the divine, and forgive and forget anything from the past, knowing that it all played a certain role or purpose in your life. This is all a big stage. Everyone's playing a script. There's a right time and right place for everything. Maybe I played a role in somebody's life to help them, plant the mustard seed so they could get started on the path that they were meant to. Other people have played that role in my life. So we're all here guiding each other to the path that we're supposed to be going on. And that's why I say from now till the rest of 2021 and 2028 and beyond, just be mindful, because all these distractions and things that were swept under the rug will now be forced to address, because you can only run away from your problem so much and hide, or try to avoid it, but eventually you do have to look yourself in the mirror and face it, because unless you don't, then it will continue to follow you from one lifetime to another, unless you address those karmic issues and address the issues that you have to deal with. That's when you will grow. That's when you will prosper. That's where you will find peace, happiness, and success and prosperity. As first, you have to admit what the issues are, face them, deal with them with happiness, with positivity and gratitude, and at the same time surrender your will to the higher powers, to the divine, and let them guide your heart, your life, knowing that good times, bad times are a part of this human experience. But keeping that conviction in your mind should help you keep you going for the rest of this journey. And I take it day by day. I don't think about anything else. For right now, my life is today. When today's over, then my life moves on to tomorrow. I don't think about what happened yesterday, what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm existing in the now. And that's when you make your past, present, and future into one linear timeline. So take things day by day. Whatever happened, let it go. Focus on the goodness that's awaiting for all of us, because what's meant for us cannot escape us. So with that comfort in your mind, knowing that nothing will be taken from you, what's meant from you, be happy and enjoy your life, and think about the things that I told you. My love and peace and prosperity and positivity and prayers for all of you and your families for the rest of this month and beyond. Please turn the TV off and come enjoy nature. Thank you. Life is beautiful.